What is your current state of mind? What is your current state of mind is this topic. Hi, Booties. It's Donna here, stroke survivor. That's going to be my new introduction. How are you today? And how is your state of mind? When I had a stroke and I came back. So that's a miracle in itself. That was a gift from God. I'm so happy. So, as you know, health and fitness doesn't only include exercise and eating right or healthy, or also has to do with your mind and your moods and how you think, how you perceive the world. At one time, I perceived the world as a dark cloud over my head all the time. And that made me think negative thoughts. And I obsessed over thoughts that would hurt me. Now I believe that thoughts can hurt you and cause illnesses. So today's says, what is your state of mind? Of course, you're not always going to wake up in a good mood, let's face it. Or you're not always going to wake up in a sad mood or an angry mood. These words I just described are emotions. So emotions sometimes guide your day. And in order to turn a sad emotion around, you got to think differently, hang out with positive people, or pray to God to guide you and pray for a happy day, or pray for people you can help. I always ask God in the morning. I thank God initially for waking me up and waking Zeus up, who's back there sleeping. And I say to God, guide me who I can help today. And the way I help is by putting out my videos, putting out content with health and fitness. I don't shy away from empowering people. And if I can empower you by cleaning up your lifestyle, why not? Time flies or when you're having fun. And it does fly when you're having fun. But if you're not having fun, that's when it drags by. Self-care, healthy habits, more or less. And what if you're not a happy camper? And that saddens me, it saddens me because I woke up plenty of mornings in my past before I had God in my life and before I had got sober and before I even had my stroke. I woke up many days being sad, confused, angry, happy too, but most days were heavy on my mind, most days. And it's sad. And I look back and I know why it happened to me, I think, because I didn't have God in my life and because I thought everybody was against me. And I still do, anyway. I'm somewhat kidding. Trust is an issue to me, but so I wasn't happy camper. So I was more or less confused than sad. Maybe why I was sad, put for breast, but I didn't know it because I always had to put up a facade that I was happy all the time. Nothing was wrong with me. And I've always been this way all my life, even when I was a teenager. I'm here to say it does not always have to be this way, depressed, sad, fearful, confused. You're getting older. Maybe some of you are at a prime age of 25 or 30 years old, or even 16 or 17. But my audience I'm going after is over 40, 45, 50, 60, 70. So we're getting older. So fear of getting older, you can even wake up and, not do anything because fear is holding you back. I'm here to say to you, it does not have to be this way. If you're unhappy, reach out to people, whether it's your family member or a friend or support from an objective someone, therapist, support group, or coach or a trainer. Coaches and trainers are more for a healthy lifestyle, but you can look to your coach to give you advice or vent to the coach. And by venting, you might see your stuck thought. Thoughts can make you stuck in action, moving forward. So we want to straighten out those thoughts. And by you talking out loud to a coach or a therapist, or even praying to God, you can unstuck your thoughts, if that makes any sense. When I'm feeling unhappy, I turn to these samples that I said, but mainly God. So I started praying to God daily when I got sober, which was in December 15th, 2010. And I had my stroke in March 2011. So it was almost 90 days after I got sober. Then I had my stroke. And I prayed to God because I had a sponsor, in AA that taught me about God. And I finally got awoken to the fact that God is in charge. No human being could ever make me better, but it's God. Whether you want to believe that or not, it's up to you. People say the universe, but my God is God. So ever since I started praying, my life got so much better, with the exception of I had a stroke. But I think, I caused my stroke. I think that God wanted me to get this stroke. And I always said to myself, I'm not going to give up, self. And, God's by my side. And as long as I have a belief in God, sky's the limits. And I can show people not to give up just because they have an adversity. It sounds like an anniversary, but it's adversity. My speech impediment came from my stroke. My right side weakness came from my stroke. But I didn't give up, and I didn't give in, and I didn't blame it on God. So praying in 2010 on a regular basis to ask God to guide me through the day, to help others who are in need, and also to help with seeing what I might fail to see in myself, good or bad. So I'm always striving to be the best person that I can be. More Christ-like is used in my church. But I can't be perfect. I can only notice my faults and correct them. And it's not always easy because we are human beings after all. You know, when somebody upsets you, rather than get retaliation, you just walk away, I feel, and I did. But not before I open up a conversation with that person. Why, they hurt my feelings. Why did they say that or something? I'm just making that up. But if they don't brush, and some people don't brush, you just walk away, is my philosophy, So this connection with God has helped tremendously. I'm calmer, less defensive, helpful, kinder, less reactive, positive, even more confident. Now, those sum up what praying and prayer and believing in the Lord Jesus Christ has done for me, And I believe that in asking yourself questions, you open your mind to dig deeper. Now, I'm not one for asking questions, but I became that person as a coach and a trainer. I used to go to my family in Long Island, and they all used to ask them so many questions. And, it bothered me most of the time, But they're just people wanted to know about people that they love. But I didn't take it that way. And maybe it is not always that way. But your state of mind, which is my subject at hand, has a lot to do with your health. Your state of mind has a lot to do with your health. Bottom line. Because when I started praying, and I even started meditating and exercising more, and I went for my heart EKG, it improved. Because I sat with quiet, my eyes closed, praying or meditating, and I was calmer. I wasn't so reactive, and I wasn't so fight or flight mode. I think my body's been on fight or flight mode forever, but it's only sometimes now. So, I'm sure some of you can identify with what I'm saying, and that's possibly why you're feeling depressed or sad. I'm not saying that's the cause, but look at it. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts and blaming, and fearful, and worried, that can take a toll on your body, meaning your body becomes stress city. Your cortisol will go up, and your stress, hormones will go up. So, calm down with your thoughts. Give everybody a chance. But there are people who need medication. That's all I'm saying. But I've been on a medication and I went off, and I haven't been healthier. So I'm just saying. But with working out, praying, meditating, and it did all that for me. It's calmed me down, less offensive, helpful, kinder, less reactive, more positive, more confident. Now, maybe it has to do with me living alone and with a dog only, but I feel I chose my choices to do it because I know my stroke, I was stressed out way before my stroke even happened. And I believe that's what caused my stroke. Stress. I was taking on so much stress. I wasn't treating my body properly. But, even if you live with somebody, you got to be able to communicate with them, and if they do the wrong thing, that's communication. But that leads me in to say, you got to accept. What you can't change, you got to accept. Now, I'm only talking about things you can change. You can change your behaviors, but you got to want to, you also got to want to. I believe in asking yourself questions to dig deeper. That's where coaches and therapists come in. You're never alone. If you feel like you are, reach out, say a prayer that you memorize and see what happens. Because whenever I'm stressed out and I'm aware, I say, stop, pause, think about God, and I say Serenity Prayer or the Lord's Prayer. I don't know what prayer I memorized, and I always feel better afterwards. So that's why I say, and see what happens. Now, to end this, I believe God is always with us and around us. You just have to listen for his direction, and it comes out in many ways. There are signs all around. Believe me, there's signs all around. Here are 3 questions to consider upon waking or whatever time you feel the need. So, 1 is, how are you feeling at this moment? And then parentheses, I have the emotions: happy, sad, confused, energized, anger, strong. Most times I feel strong. I'm glad. I feel mentally strong. Physically, I don't always feel strong because my energy runs low after hours upon hours of working. And you might find that too. What happened? So question 2 is, what happened or event that caused this emotion? So say you wake up happy and think about the last 24 hours that could have potentially caused this happy emotion. It doesn't have to be anything, but it can be something. So, and then the 3rd question is, what is the food you consumed 8 hours prior to this emotion? So here I'm saying that sometimes food can cause your moods. So sugar, for instance, can cause you to be energized or happy, for a short period of time, and then you crash, which means you're tired, maybe you're depressed, or maybe your husband came home and it's like, what's for dinner? And you're coming down from your sugar high, and you say, I don't know, why don't you cook for yourself? I'm just kidding. I'm just making this up. But, different people and different interactions, you might react to that question, like, what's vanilla? And you might just relax because you're in a bad mood for eating all the sugar. I'm just saying, this is an example. So food can cause your moods to fluctuate. You're better off eating complex carbohydrates rather than refined sugar, white sugar, because you move from complex carbs tends to be steadier rather than a roller coaster from simple sugars, you know. So I learned to steady my moods by eating better, not by pills. And it's okay if you take a medication to even your moods. But try to do it naturally. That's all I'm saying. And those things I just described, praying, meditating, working out, eating healthy, you know, not getting overwhelmed or reactive, you know, when somebody said something to you, let it roll over your head or go right through your body, you know. Life is too short to get your body out of sorts. So I lost 20 pounds and I'm keeping it off. And I know there's a lot of overweight or unhealthy people out there. And, you know, if you're depressed or sad or angry, those you can turn around just by listening to what I said, you know, taking into account, writing the homework questions down and answering them honestly. And you'd be surprised because I'm talking like this. I know I've taught for 30-something years, but I had a stroke 10 years ago, almost 11. And I had to work hard to get this back, you know, and it's better than ever. If we take exception, you know, my right side's affected, but my attitude and my mood swings and, you know, my vibrancy in life. I love life. I love life now. Whereas before I was giving up. Even after my stroke, I you know, it's like climbing up a hill, one dirt grain at a time. Picture that. But I wanted it, and God helped me get it. So you got to want it. Don't give up. Don't do yourself injustice. Don't give up. Never, ever give up. Baby steps. Cut out something or add something, or, you know what to do. Or if you don't, you can call me or message me and we can get on a 15-minute call or however long it takes just to make you an action plan, you know. So I'm going to be on every Monday at 12:30 to talk healthy habits, self-care, workouts sometimes, lectures on fitness or up and coming, what's up and coming. You know, we know that cancer, heart disease, and bad cholesterol, diabetes is the 4 main focuses of diseases: cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes. So, you know, it's all lifestyle, those things, you know, so figure it out. Take time and analyze yourself. You can always change. It doesn't matter how old you are. And thank you for joining me.